What I really like about the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band is everyone's desire to play music. We all come at different levels, but because we all have that want and need to play wonderful music, we practice our parts, we come and enjoy ourselves, our company, and bring that music to life. And that drive to play wonderful music is what makes the King's Own Calgary Band a wonderful place to play and be part of. I joined the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band because as a former musician myself, I really enjoy playing with high-quality, good caliber music bands. And I'm able to do that here because all of the players have wonderful, various ranges of music, which help me to keep my musicality, my music playing up, as well as the enjoyment of playing with the military band. As musicians, we're able to put on concerts, public parades, and inform the public not only of the history of music, but how it involved itself in the Canadian forces. For example, in the ceremonial guard, musicians are honored with wearing wings on their uniform because unable to actually physically fight in the war, we would be carriers of flags, and we'd take the cots and they'd actually rest on the wings. So I'm very happy and proud to continue that tradition as playing in the music, or in the band rather, playing music in the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band.
So in a regular month with the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band, we parade every Tuesday night, and then we usually have 1 or 2 gigs a month. You're expected to make as much of that as you can, but the band is very forgiving about if you have civilian commitments, especially on weekends when we often play dinners. If you have a prior commitment and you can't make a gig, it's not the end of the world, and the band does require that you make at least 1 rehearsal a month.
My impressions of the military band are that they go unsung. To me, personally, the military bands are the face of the Army. We are publicly parading, representing the military in inaugural events, memorial events, and ceremonies. In my personal experience, I've actually been part of the ceremonial guard parading in Ottawa, and I've had wonderful opportunities to see the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, a glimpse at the Queen, I've seen the Prime Minister, as well as the Governor General. So I've had wonderful chances to represent Canada as part of the military, and more so in the band.
So it started off, I was done high school and I really loved playing music, and so one of the options that we got a recruiter that came over and told us about the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band, and so I went out and there was a great group of guys playing music that I liked, so I decided to join, and that was the thing that kicked it all off. And I mean, on top of that, I mean, you get paid to basically play music, and that's not really a thing that you don't really get to do very often. On top of that, there's education reimbursements, so just for going to school and being part of the forces, you get money for doing that. And overall, it was just a really cool gig, and you're with a bunch of really cool guys playing really awesome music.
So one of the great things about the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band is that everyone in the band comes from different musical backgrounds. So some of us have degrees in music, others don't. Some got a degree in music and then went on to do other things. So there's people who are chefs, we have lawyers, IT techs, we have all sorts of different backgrounds in the band, and we all come together to rehearse and to play in the band because we share a love of music and a love of performing in front of other people. So the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band rehearses at the military museums in Calgary, Alberta. There's an auditorium on the south side of the building just off of Coacham Trail. We rehearse on Tuesday evenings from 7:15 till 9:30.
We got great people, we play great music, and we have a great time. We have a seat for you. Join the King's Own Calgary Regiment Band.